this is Daniel with TEXAS-TUK. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to start a Piaggio Ape 501, and also what are the buttons inside the cab. It's very basic. You can kind of look at it, it's self-explanatory, but if you've never seen one or been around one, some of these levers, you might second guess, what is this, right? Okay, so the first thing is when you're looking in here, you'll see some levers down at the bottom. The first one that's on the farthest left, that is your forward and reverse. So if that is up, you are in forward. So you're going to go forward. For reverse, you push this lever down and it catches on a little metal tab. Now it's in reverse. So you would go through the motion and it back up. So you want to make sure that that is up so that you can go forward. Your next lever, and this is pretty common across all the Piaggio Apes, it has a red plastic knob on it. The red is to let you know that is a heater. So what happens is when you pull this up, the cable is opening a flap in the back and it's redirecting hot air from the engine and it's going to blow it down inside the cab onto your ankles and put hot air in the cab. So when you're in the winter, the idea is have some heat in the cab. So you want to make sure that stays down if you don't want the heater. The next lever is black. Far right. So this one is the choke. If it is cold outside or your engine doesn't want to start well, you can do what we call is choke it. You're basically cutting off air and giving it more gas. So if you pull this all the way up, it's going to choke the carburetor and make it easier to start. If it hasn't run in a while or if it's cold outside, you would choke it. But don't run with this up. That will foul the spark plug. So you want to make sure once it's warmed up that you push this lever all the way back down. Okay? Then there's a park brake handle in here. You just pull that up, that's your park brake. It has a release button underneath. Let me do it again with this hand. So you hear all the clicks, that's park brake is on. Don't forget and try to drive with it on. The release button, push that back down. And then you'll see your brake cylinder down here and the plastic reservoir. This holds your DOT brake fluid in here for the master cylinder in the reservoir. All right. Next thing that we look at here on the handle switch, there's a toggle switch. That's for your blinkers. So right in the middle is no blinker. You go left, that's left blinker. You go right, that's the right blinker. There's a round button, that's the horn. And then there's a toggle switch that's going to go high beam, low beam. And you could drive with either one of those on, your high beam or low beam. That's what that does. The right hand is your throttle. Left hand is your clutch and your gear selector. Clutch handle, okay? Then on the dash, again, very simple, self-explanatory. You see the speedometer. This is actually a starting button, and then your key. And then there's a little series of lights right here that's going to let you know if your voltage or battery is low, if you have your high beams on, or that's your park light, running light. Blinkers, high beam, low beam, and then low gas. So to start these, you would turn this key all the way to the right. You'll probably see the battery light come on. And then you just push the starter button. You'll hear the engine turn over. And then, you know, if it doesn't start, you can pull the choke, you can give it gas to get it to start. Now, very important, when you are ready to park this thing, you've got to make sure you have the key on the right click. If you're too far to the left, that's leaving some running lights on, and it's going to run your battery down. So you want to make sure that you're one click to the right. So if you'll listen, okay, listen, there's one click, 2, 3, and then 4. So 2, 3, and 4, any of those, the car will start. But basically, if you just watch the battery light, when it goes off, you know you're in the right position. And you can take the key out if you want. But just know that if you've gone all the way to the left, that's going to run your battery down. You need to be one click to the right. And you should see no lights on in the dash. All right, so there'll be another video that you can check out where I'm going to talk about battery maintenance and that kind of thing. But that's the most important thing to remember here so you don't run your battery down is don't leave the key on, right? If you leave the key on and you see lights in the dash, that'll run your battery down. So that's the basics for starting a 501, pretty simple. Again, this is Daniel with TEXAS-TUK. Thanks for tuning in, and please check out all our other videos on our YouTube channel for all the other tech help for Piaggio Apes. Thanks a lot, we'll see you soon.